What is going on today? Is that too loud or is that just perfect? Okay. All right, let me do my hellos to everybody. April Tobin, how are you? Megan L, how are you doing today? And Carolina Moon. Rep Mom 22. How's everybody doing today? So I met somebody yesterday um, that just got out of the sober house and he's doing pretty good. And I think I'm going to cam up. I think I'm going to bring him here in house, live here, and have a conversation with him about his sobriety, what it brought him to do what he's done. So you don't have to wake up Monday and be like, oh my God, Monday, here we go again. It'll be, oh my God, Tuesday, here we go again. Glowbug, how are you doing? I'm sending out my condolences because I know yesterday had to have been tough. This is my last thing right here. So I vape. I quit smoking after 26 years and I went to vaping instead. And I was doing the mods juice. I quit doing that and I got one of these and my main goal is to quit doing this here. Miss W is in the house. How are you doing? Vanessa A. I hope you're doing okay, Miss W. DJ Rogue Knox. Well, Ms. W, I'd love to hear from you. I sent you a message saying if you ever need to call. I don't bite. I have an ear. Did you ever get my message on Facebook when I sent it to you? I think I sent you a couple of messages on different platforms, if I'm correct. Let me check. No, I sent it to you on Messenger. All right. So it's okay, Miss W. Rogue was kind of worried, to be honest. I told her, no, don't worry. Those pictures are beautiful. She'll love the song. Rogue's got an amazing voice. Just waiting for more people to get in. Crazy Grandma. Why is life so hard? Well, I look at it this way: if life was easy, we had no struggles, what would be the point of life? To be honest, and I wish life was easy. But if life was so easy, we wouldn't need education, we wouldn't need money, we wouldn't need to worry about bills, we wouldn't need to worry about a place to live, we wouldn't need to worry about anything. Correct, Crazy Grandma. It's lessons we are being taught. Brittany, correct. And we wouldn't be who we are today. See, alibi. So you guys have heard my story, right? If now imagine I use that story as an excuse, okay? If I use that story as an excuse, I wouldn't do what I do today. I wouldn't even get out of bed. I wouldn't wake up. I probably wouldn't be alive today, to be honest, if I gave up on life because it's so hard. Life throws us curveballs. It's can we catch it or can we hit the home run? Our goal is to hit the home run. Sometimes we swing and we get a strike. Sometimes we do not swing and they get a ball. It all in how you look at it. It's all in how you look at it. And thank you for sharing it, Brittany. I appreciate it. Yeah, it knocks you in the head. uh, I've been hit in the head with a baseball. It's not fun. So I so want to talk about that subject, April, but I can't go into depth about that subject because of the content that I would have to deep dive into. I so oh, Britt, it's going amazing. I had a live 12. I was on your panel hanging out with you 12 hours ago. It was fun. I got my daily dose of Brittany after work, and her panel and everybody. So it was amazing. And it was awkward because you never go live at that time of morning. I think you had a lot of confused people at that time of the morning and happy people. Brittany's live at 5 o'clock in the morning. See, the reason why I have this channel, Rogue, is because I know myself I won't do that because I'm when it comes to that, I'm a coward, and I'd rather stay a coward. Just saying. Okay. If that makes any sense, Rogue. When it comes to that part, I'm a coward. And there's nothing wrong with being a coward. There's nothing wrong with it when it comes to that sense. You know, unaliving yourself, there's nothing wrong with being a coward. Nope. Okay, so he wasn't. If it was accidental, it depends on what accidental is. So sometimes I get confused on what accidental means. I get confused. How dare you? Stiff happens is hilarious. How dare you? See, I don't know how that could be accidental. Do you think that's accidental, Rogue? Just honesty. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm not making fun of anybody because I've lost some really close friends to that. And I always ask them why. And I wish they would answer me one day while I was thinking about them. Why? Because, and on top of this, okay, so I used to have two silver necklaces, really nice ones, not like the ones you guys have seen. They were bigger than that. and they were gifts. Well, one of them was a gift from a really good friend that unalived himself, and they got stolen. I know who did it, and I know I will never get it back. And it really kills me that they were stolen, and the person knows I know who took it. But it's too late. It's too many years gone by. I'll never see him again. But yeah, I don't even know I brought that up. Memories, just memories. Geez, Louise, April. So there's you know that Bray was talking about the 8 passengers. She's going to be talking about the 8 passengers, and this is a good thing about talking and bringing it up is the mental health part with the children because of the abuse that these kids suffered, and this is coming from I didn't go through it as much as they did, and hearing the horror stories that they went through, I didn't suffer that bad, but I still was abused as a child. Both ways. That's probably the reason why um, I like violence. That's probably the reason why I like violence. Do I act on it? No. But do I like it? Yes. And if you grow up getting physically abused and getting beat up all the time, and you get to the point where you learn how to defend yourself, and then now you know you can you can handle yourself, then you start to like it. Now, before my medication, I used to have a thirst for it, and I'm being honest, I used to. Um, Now I think about it. I tell myself if I act on it, what will I possibly get out of it? Will I do harm to somebody? Will I hurt them? Yes. Do I want to do that? No, over a temporary feeling. But what kills me, right, is when that woman said you do not want to put those kids around other kids, she has a point when she said that. She had a point. It made me think about it as we were talking because when I was put around other kids, I didn't get along. Um, so what those kids need to do is they need to go through intense therapy before they start integrating them with other kids, with other children, because they'll act out of jealousy and anger. So I can understand that aspect when she said you don't want those kids around other kids because of what they went through. Okay. Is my chat frozen? My chat must be frozen. Okay. Is my chat frozen? Okay. I thought it was. Okay. All right. So Britt says, I get where you're coming from, but I believe the evil witch was saying that the kids were evil or something was wrong with them. And I think it was her cruelness, which I agree. I agree. Hey, Raman. So I agree with that statement. But the thing is, right, is she's an evil witch. I agree. But when you do that to the kids for so long and they have no way to express themselves and get it out of their system, they might take it out on somebody less fortunate. Because for the longest time, when I was a kid growing up, I grew up. It is bizarre. Rody Gal, how you doing? It is bizarre. So I was I grew up in the projects, very rough environment. My all my clothes were hand me down, secondhand. Never had new clothes. All the clothes I own now, growing up, I bought because I come from a single home. You know what I'm saying? My mom had to take care of me and my brother. And I'm a grown boy, and my brother wasn't really a grown boy like me. So I got a job at 13 and I started buying my own stuff. If I wanted nice things, I had to go out at a young age and earn it. My first my first actual job was at 12. So I started earning money and buying clothes, you know. And yeah, I worked hard for everything I got. Very hard. And what's crazy is I'm not really materialistic like I used to be. Michelle Johnson, how are you doing? Uh, I don't like people are materialistic, man. I'm a type of person. I will go into Burlington Coat Factory and I'll go to the clearance rack. I'd be like, this is $8 and it's gonna fit. Buying it. Well, that's $12. That's gonna fit. Buying it. I'll have an outfit that looks like it's $100 outfit and I paid $20 for it. Yeah, Britt. Um, so this is my last vape right here, and then I'm quitting. April. See, a lot of people. Yeah, yeah. It's my last. So, well, I am surviving. Last night was an interesting night for me. Um, so, how is everybody doing? Hey, Brit, I dropped cigarettes after 26 years, and I never thought it was possible. And this was me smoking a pack and a half a day. to only hitting this for a couple of times a day. Well, probably 8 or 9, 10 times a day. But once this one runs out, I'm not buying any more. But yeah, I quit smoking cigarettes after 26 years. Like I quit 12 years ago drinking. Everything I did to fit in. Everything I've done that I don't do anymore was to feel accepted, to feel wanted, because I was a different person. When I was down in Florida, in my environment, I didn't need to drink. I didn't need to smoke cigarettes. I didn't need to do any of that because I was already accepted for me. But when I moved up here was moving to a new environment. As a kid is very tough because you're trying to fit in, feel accepted, and that was my struggle. So I started smoking cigarettes. I started drinking. You know, the first year I was up here, I started drinking and smoking cigarettes. I didn't do neither. At 15 years old, I was a straight edge. At 15, I was a straight edge. And then all that went out the window. Now I'm a partial straight edge. Never. So I smoked pot for a couple of years, but I've never done anything else. No other extracurricular activities. I can actually say that. I can actually say that I've never been addicted to anything. I've never had the want to do that other stuff. Well, see, the thing is, Dave, I haven't been vaping that long, so it won't be hard. It won't be hard. It won't be hard. It's willpower. I just have to close myself off to the world for a couple of days. That's how I quit smoking cigarettes. I closed myself off to the world for a couple of days. I already had the vape. So the vape was just to help with headaches. Now that I'm doing vapes that have very little nicotine in them, like very little compared to smoking cigarettes, the nicotine is very little. So I can control how many milligrams of nicotine I can take. I take just enough to curb the headache. And then eventually I'll just have to put up with them until it gets out of my system. So how are you doing, Dave Gaiman? Yes, it does. And it makes you, yeah. That's why I said, this is my last thing I do. They'll heal. Jennifer, they'll heal over time. That's what will happen is they'll heal over time. Twizzlers, I just, so you quit using nicotine pouches, Twizzlers, and lollipops? All right, so I'm gonna have to get lollipops and I'm gonna have to get Twizzlers, like lots of them. Okay, because this don't help with anything else except headaches. It don't help with anxiety. It don't help with stress. It don't help with any of that because even people say that smoking nicotine helps with anxiety, helps with stress, helps with anything else. I still have stress and anxiety and all that. I'm like, I don't get, yep, I don't get where people say that nicotine or smoking helps them with stress and anxiety. It doesn't do that for me. I had quit vaping and I couldn't, I went back to it. I quit vaping for like 2 days, 2.5 days, almost three. And the headaches were just too much. I was having migraines and I was having doctor's appointments and everything else. So I just picked it right back up. I'm just all right. So you're saying if you quit smoking, I have stress and anxiety in general. So if I quit smoking and not getting the nicotine, will just make it worse. Oh man, my story with Mountain Dew. I quit when I quit drinking alcohol. Mountain Dew became my best friend. Yep. I don't drink Mountain Dew anymore. But yeah, Mountain Dew became my best friend. Me and Mountain Dew were like twins. Probably almost started looking like a Mountain Dew as much of it as I drank. When I quit drinking alcohol, I had two addictions: glazed honey buns and Mountain Dew. I'd get the the honey buns and Mountain Dew after I quit drinking. Now I don't do either one of those. I mean, I used to eat honey buns like it was out of style when I quit drinking alcohol. See, I went from one addiction to another. And then I had Dave. Oh my word, Dave. You're wild, bro. You're wild. Yes, they are so good, but you do not believe how many honey buns I ate on a daily basis. Okay. I would go into a store. If they had a case of them, I bought the case. I didn't just buy two or three. If they had two boxes on the shelf, I bought both boxes. That's how bad my addiction for honey buns were. Because when I quit drinking alcohol, I turned into something else. Now I just drink coffee and water. I don't eat junk food like that no more. I still have my junk food, don't get me wrong. It was just wild. I went from one addiction to another addiction to another addiction. Everything's addicting. It's just food is addicting. That's the reason why I'm a big boy. Food. I love to cook. I see food and eat it. I eat multiple times. I used to only eat one meal a day. Okay. Oh, Jesus, Dave. Well, that's a lot of ice cream a night. I have to be careful what I eat now because of heartburn. I get heartburn real easy. So I have to be careful what I eat and drink now because of heartburn. That's why, I used to like pizza. I get depressed because I can't eat pizza because that's my favorite food. If I eat pizza, I got to eat a bunch of Tums. Then I hate eating Tums. I hate heartburn. I like carrots. I like celery. Yep, donuts. Can't eat donuts no more. You ever had cauliflower pizza? The pizza dough is made out of cauliflower instead of bread. Believe it or not, they call it cauliflower pizza. Now try that. It is bon appetit. Cauliflower pizza is really good. Talking about healthy food, I should be talking about other things. But eating healthy is actually good for your body and it's good for you mentally. A lot of people don't know that. Changing the way you eat and getting rid of the sugars and unhealthy food and start eating healthier, it's actually good for you mentally. I'm trying to reach out to some of these men that are in men's mental health and get them to come in here and talk. It's very difficult. I've noticed it's very difficult to get a lot of men to talk about mental health and their struggles. I should get you to come up one day, Jennifer, and talk. Diana, how are you doing? How many men do you guys know in chat? Because I know people are lurking in the background, are afraid to talk. Come on, ladies. How many men do you know are afraid to open up? I can name, not names, but I can tell you there's a huge percentage of men that are afraid to speak because they're worried about people thinking that they're weak. And men aren't weak. Yes, yes. Karen, how we doing? And that's for men who hold it in and not talk about it. I'm not saying become a simp. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying become a simp or become soft, but just talking about it. Yes, machoism. Give me just a second. I gotta grab a water. Mini fridge. Right next to the desk. See, I am when I say large individual, I mean large individual. I'm not like huge, but I'm a big boy. And I'm not afraid to talk about things. I'm not afraid to admit that I have weaknesses. I'm not afraid to admit that I have flaws. I'm not afraid to admit that I suffer with different types of depression. And we've gone over that. We've gone over the fact that I have insomnia, I have anxiety, I have PTSD, I have bipolar, I have manic, I have unspecified personality disorder. We've gone over that I have all this. Okay. So it's okay, Emily. I'm gonna drop the link, and if somebody wants to come up and talk and conversate, they can. Okay. But no, I don't understand why men are afraid to talk about it. I talk to a bunch of fellas around me all the time about mental health. And I tell them what I do, and they're like, "That's cool. You should do that. That's cool." I'm like, "Okay, would you get up there and talk about it with me?" No. I'm like, "Why? Why are you afraid to say I struggle with this? You know, are you afraid?" This is what I'm thinking because I don't say it out loud because I don't want to get myself into a situation where it becomes a mess because men, believe it or not, we don't realize it, but we're sensitive. Okay, we get very sensitive on certain things. We do. We become very sensitive when it comes to mental health. We do. When somebody says, "No, you don't have to show your face," I'm only showing my face because I want people to see me when I'm talking. Because you know it's me. I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna hide my identity when I talked about mental health, and I'm like, why hide your identity? I'm a grown man. I can take it just as much as I can give it. If there's trolls out there that got something negative to say, it is what it is. There's no point in hiding my identity. I can accept all criticism. So, crazy grandma, you do not have to show your camera if you come up. You'll be fine. It gives you the option to have your camera on or off. Hey, April, the vicious people on YouTube. So I'm vicious to those. I troll those who are trolls. The ones that say hateful things to people, I give it back to them. So I guess I bully bullies. I'll bully a bully. If you're bullying somebody, I'm right behind you bullying you. Okay. So, but yeah, if you want to come up. No bites, no camera, just conversation. That's if you want to. Now, my next live, I'm thinking about reacting and getting people's reaction to certain music videos. I want to start reacting to music videos about mental health and getting people's suggestions on who I should play, what I should play, and my reactions. I want to do like a really big live one day. You can turn the camera off if you want to. Or are you good with the camera? All right.
Hey,
All right.
am
You
I
good
there?
with it? Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, crazy grandma. So what would you like to discuss?
I don't know. I think it is the vulnerable. I would like to talk about being vulnerable. In I think I thought I was too far gone to ever ask for help or to ever seek help. So I think I was just vulnerable to the fact that I didn't want to. I had to face it, but I didn't want to.
And there's no shame in it.
Pardon me? No, there's no
There,
shame now. I
no,
mean,
no.
I'm still struggling with some of the things that I did while I was wherever I was. I always say I went down the rabbit hole with Alice. Um, I'm still have some shame for that, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I lost a lot of friends. I lost my family for now. Um, so I've been there, all because I couldn't ask.
You know,
So,
we make mistakes,
oh,
okay?
we did. Yeah.
All right, and you can't let it destroy you,
No,
okay?
no. I let it destroy me for 2 years, and um, a girl that is actually one of my daughter's best friends took me in, um, treated me like a mom. I treated her like a daughter, and we're getting along. And she started me back on my path of health. But it's been a long struggle for this last year and a half. But I'm doing it one day. Sometimes it's only 1 hour at a time.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, yeah. I still get mad at myself. Um, and then I go, well, I can't change that, right? But you were talking today about when I said something about lessons learned. I don't know, somewhere along a lot of teachings that I've had, somebody told me one time that if you believe in reincarnation, then they said that you get to choose your life, right? Like the lessons that you're going to learn. So where I'm staying right now, there's a young girl comes over and she's having a rough time of it. One night I said to her, you know what? You know when we were coming back? And she said, yeah. I said, I bet you and I were late. I said, we couldn't get in the ABC line. I said, we had to get in the D line. She looked at me. I said, yeah, D for dumbass. And that is, yeah. So now when I screw up, I'm not mad. I just call myself a dumbass and keep moving on because that's how I look at things.
You're not a dumbass.
No, no, no,
So
no, 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 no. Around us, that's kind of a term, a term of endearment with the group of people that are my friends, right?
okay.
They kick my ass, they call me I'm a dumbass, and they don't judge me. And tomorrow's a new day, right?
Yep, yep,
My,
yep.
I don't. I shouldn't say I didn't have an alcohol addiction, um, but I was. I don't know how else to say it. I went batshit crazy after my husband died. Yeah.
If,
And then of course then you go to the doctor and hey man, I know that I need my, I call them my happy pills. I know I need everything that they give me that makes me happy. But I went into the hospital. I had a heart attack and I went into the hospital just on two pills, a blood pressure pill and a happy pill. I came out on 11 different medications and I still wouldn't smarten up. I had a second heart attack a year later, almost to the day. And when they went in through my arm to see if I had another blockage, in which he said he didn't think I could have because he had fixed the one I had the year before. So I kind of, they give you that drug and it makes you tired, kind of, or it makes me tired. So when I finally woke up, the doctor came to see me and he said, what happened? He said, you have no blockages. He said, you've lost the weight I asked you to lose, things like that. And he told me that he felt that I had had a heart attack. And I did have a heart attack, like it damaged the heart. And he called it something in Japanese, but it meant a broken heart. And he said that if I didn't smarten up and get some counseling and start mending some fences, that I was on the road to kill myself, but I wasn't going to do it any other way than through my health. And it kick-started me. I was like, whoa, finally somebody, right? Somebody just kicked my ass and made me understand. I'm 62, no, 3 now. But I believe that I suffered from probably about the age of 10 with depression bouts, withdrawing from people, things like that. And that continued right through. It's like I'm 2 different people. I'm crazy grandma. And the reason why they call me crazy grandma isn't, well, maybe it is because I'm crazy, but that's not it. In the area that I live. Yeah, I really am crazy sometimes. But yeah, in the area that I live, a lot of my friends are First Nations Aboriginal people. And my bestest friend, her grandson, wanted to give me a name, but he couldn't call me Kukum because that was my friend's name. So he started calling me Cuckoo, which is a short form, or it's like aunt in the Dakota language here. So, I mean, that was okay. But then somehow somebody found out that I was being called Cuckoo, and it came down to crazy grandma. That's how it got there. Cuckoo, crazy. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, no, it's I look forward to days now. I'm not sure that, I don't know when was the last time, before this last year, that I even enjoyed a day. And my natural family, like my children, have given me between them 10 grandchildren and 4 other grandchildren, and they're all the same, the grandchildren. And I had all that love, but that's all I had. And that's the only people that I had any love for like 17 years. And then I'm the other grandma that's the fun one and wants to go and take them to the park and things like that. So there's something going on within me. And I've got to meet with the psychologist next week, and I'm probably going to have some blood tests done, again. My happy fun grandma is actually the bad grandma. That's the one that gets in trouble. The other grandma is the one that is depressed over what she does, right?
So you got to live in the present, right?
Oh, yes, I have to stay in the present. And it's getting easier, but it's not easy. Like it's easier to do it.
And trust me, I struggle with it too, because I try to live for tomorrow instead of living for today. And sometimes I live in the past instead of living in the present.
Yeah. And we have to both remember, right? That's in the past. It's behind us. Like, we can't change it. Can't alter it. No.
Nope. I tell people, well, I don't tell people, I tell myself that today's a gift. Tomorrow will come. Yesterday's behind you.
That's right.
So, growing up,
that's true though, isn't it?
I kept wishing I could go back in time. And some people still do. You still wish, hey, I could go back in time. Okay. But hearing your story, it goes to show that no matter how old we are, we go through something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And nowhere in my life did I ever think I would be a widow at 55, especially a widow of suicide. Kicked my feet right out from under me. Didn't see it coming. And then, of course, there's all a bunch of bullshit that comes with a suicide, right? You find things out that you didn't know, or maybe didn't want to know, but you find them out. Nothing really bad, but there were some things. There were. Yeah. And secrets, right? They're secrets. And I'm really good at keeping secrets. I keep secrets.
But eventually they'll come out.
Um, yeah, they do. Believe me, they do.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I used to be really good at keeping secrets until they started coming out.
Hmm.
And then before you know it, the closet door opens all the way up.
Yeah. And there they are. Standing
Yep.
right behind you, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. But it's a struggle. So I just wanted to come on and say
Thank
I've
you for
never done
sharing
this.
your
I've
story.
never shared my story. Never shared my story with anybody before. Like, I mean, not like this, right? I mean, I have a group that I go to, my psychologist, things like that. In fact, I haven't ever really shared my whole story to anyone, and I don't know. It's my story.
You feel better?
Oh, I feel better, much better now. Yeah, much better now.
There's
I
a
don't.
whole community here.
Yeah, well, I know. I've been kind of watching in the background and just kind of started to talk a few days ago, and then I watched a couple of yours on replay because I missed the lives. Which, what I'm doing right now is as I'm healing at 62, I'm helping my friend who has 5 foster children, ranging in age from 16 to, well, our baby is now 18 months, but we got her at three days old. I truly believe that baby saved my life. I truly believe that. And so, yeah, every day is a little bit different. The boys all have their own little quirks and crannies and their own personalities. And I'm grandma. Like, that's what I am. I'm just grandma to these boys, and it makes my heart happy. I'm doing something that I like to do, right? I mean, I worked government until I first screw up with when I allowed her to come out, right? Um, the only way out of it was to quit my job and pull my pension. So, yeah, I was never an alcoholic, but I'll tell you, I'm a gambler, and that addiction is I can't even imagine what you guys go through withdrawals. But I'll tell you, I don't know what they're putting in those little slot machines and that music. And today, and I haven't gambled for, let me see, 15 years now. And I'll tell you, all I have to do is walk by one of those little machines and hear that music, and I'm triggered all over again.
So you stay
So
away from it.
I stay away from everything, anywhere that I know that they are. And in Manitoba, which is where I live in Canada, they're everywhere. They're in our little not grocery stores, our little restaurants. They're in our lounges. They're in our legions, our army and navies. They're in all the bars. So it's not that I go to any of those places, but I just don't go to any of those places now. So I had a friend try to convince me that we should go to this little music fest on the weekend, and I was so triggered by just her asking me to go. But no, I couldn't go. Like I said, no, I'm just not quite ready for stuff like that yet.
No, it's
No.
like with me when I quit drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was telling people I couldn't go anywhere that sold alcohol for probably 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I couldn't go to the grocery store. I couldn't go to the gas station. If I was driving, I had to have a passenger to go in and prepay the gas for me, because if I would have walked in, I was walking out with alcohol.
Yeah. And I had to, I don't know about you, but I couldn't even drive by. There was 3 places in my community of 40,000 people that I would go and gamble. And I had to change all my paths, where I drove, who I saw, what I did. Yeah. So because it was a trigger. I mean, I've been able to drive by them now for a couple of years, but it's a huge trigger. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to walk through a house here. Sorry. Just she's at Nikki's and she's on her way home.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Sorry about that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go in case somebody else wants to get on, and I'll be back. And sometimes I just, if I don't say anything other than "Hey guys," it's usually probably because I'm just like,
That's fine.
in a mood. Huh?
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
up, crazy grandma.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. That was a really good conversation with crazy grandma. That was amazing. You're always welcome up anytime. Ask any question you want. It is, Emily. It's crazy grandma. Yeah. And I saw Mo in here. Just wanted to say hi. I saw Soul Shine for Jesus Christ. I wanted to say hi. Who else came in? The Snooper. So you let me know when you have time to come up on panel, April, and I'll invite you up on panel. Even if I have to schedule a time where I schedule a live where you can come up, I will have you come up. Anybody can come up. Just conversate. There's nothing wrong with talking, because sometimes talking makes you feel better. Getting things off your chest takes weight off your shoulders. You're in Discord, so you can always message me a time, and I'll schedule it. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize is just talking to somebody. You know, you don't even have to cam up. Just talking to somebody will decompress the emotions you have at that moment and probably permanently make you feel better. Especially talking to somebody about it that you won't talk to. Like, man, I'm in the public, man. I talk about everything to everybody. What are they going to do? Look at me different? Okay. And I had somebody the other day tell me that, you know, a hug won't make anybody feel better. I walked up to this woman when she said that and I gave her a hug and she started crying. And I said, "How does that hug make you feel?" She said, "It makes me feel good." I said, "See, hugs make you feel good." So if you haven't given a hug, give one today to anybody. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your child. If you don't give hugs, make sure you give one today. A hug, there's a lot to giving somebody a hug, believe it or not. Because it's heart to heart. Because your heart's right here. So when you give somebody a hug, the hearts connect. And you can feel it. Chicken noodle girl. So you can feel that hug. Does anybody else want to come up for a little bit? I'll drop the link again. I'm gonna be getting new logos, pretty fancy ones. They'll still have the Viking imprint on it. I'm going to be getting new intro videos. I'm working on somebody to do we're talking about not drinking, Jennifer Heine Hall, and you're over here talking about. So Michelle Johnson. So you're well aware. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I go live at 5 p.m. Eastern time, like I am now. I talk about mental health usually 5 days a week. Just conversate. I'm not a mental health expert. I'm just a mental health patient. I don't have a doctor, a college degree in mental health. I just have a life experience with mental health. You know, I don't tell anybody that I am a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist, anything. I'm not a mental health expert. I'm just a person who lives with it every day. Could that make me an expert? It's an expert in what I know. So, yes, finding balance. Yes, no one's ever perfect. But there's nothing wrong with trying to perfect things. You'll never be perfect. But trying to be the best at what you're capable of doing is what matters. Trying to, like when I painted houses, I will tell you this. When I was painting, there weren't many professional painters that were as good as me. Just saying. And that's not cockiness, that's confidence and experience. Correct, April. I agree. I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully, April, you can send me a message on Discord, letting me know when you want to come up on panel and talk, and we can do that. But I'm getting ready to end my live, so members only can do their live over on Brittany's channel, because we're going to segue from one live to the next. Jennifer, you're being bougie. Yes. I agree with what you're saying, Michelle. I agree. Yes. I try to give advice. I don't try to tell, like, I give suggestions, right? If you ask me a question, I'll give you I'll suggest something to you. I'm not going to tell you. I'll suggest doing certain things. Suggestions. I'll be like, well, here's an idea. You could try this. You could try this. You could try this. So, yeah, but Michelle, hold on. I'm going to drop my Discord link. Give me just a second. So if you want to join my Discord, here's my Discord. Okay. And you guys, I'm going to post this in there. So I'm trying to get this going because there's things I want to talk about. Here, but I can't on YouTube. So I have a Patreon if you want to join. I'm trying to get people with Patreon to join me because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Like I have a lot of things I can talk here, but there's a lot of things I want to be able to talk about. That's fine, Emily. That's why I posted it for everybody. You know, I'm an open channel. This is about mental health. So I want people to come in and say hi, talk. If you want to talk about anything, this group is open. Okay. So, but on Patreon, there's a lot of things I can get in depth with that I've gone through personally, that I've been through, that I can't get in depth on here. Okay. So, but thank you everyone for being here. You guys are such an amazing community. I'm hoping we can get it to grow and try to help more people. But thank you, Dave, for being here. Michelle, Emily, Snooper, Jennifer, April, Tobin, Rahman, Mo, Diana, everybody that was here. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys. Thank you, Karen, Crazy Grandma. You guys are amazing. I'm going to finish my live here. I will see you guys tomorrow around the same time. All Things Serious out.